And we've been following the latest on the investigation of the Mexican Navy vessel that crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge over the weekend.
And now we're hearing from a witness who was on the bridge during this terrifying and confusing experience. Kelly Kopp joins us right now on Good Day New York. Welcome, first of all. Thank you. Glad to see you're safe, Kelly. Tell us, first of all, this happened about 8:20 in the evening on Saturday. Where were you on the bridge, and what did you see or hear? Kelly, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'll ask you again. Where were you? Thanks for joining us. Where were you on the bridge, and what did you see or hear?
What did you say, my friend?
Where were you on the bridge, and what did you see or hear on Saturday evening?
Yeah. Yes, I was on the Brooklyn side of the bridge. I had a beautiful day in the Brooklyn Bridge Park area, and I had happened to do some videos for my Facebook, and I earlier before that, and I saw the ship in the distance, and I said I'd never seen that before. I recorded the ship in the distance on Pier 17 in Manhattan. Then I walked on the bridge, and I was by the East Side Tower in Brooklyn, and that's when I saw the bridge coming toward. I mean the ship coming toward us. And that's when I saw it try to go under the bridge, or you go under the bridge and hit the bridge.
Did you feel the impact while you were on the bridge?
I did not feel the impact because I was right by the East Side Tower on the bridge. So it's really sturdy. So I was at a really sturdy part. But I mean, I know people did feel the ship hit the bridge that were running, because people started running. And the sound of what it sounded like metal on metal as it was going under the bridge, and you could see the masts, or whatever they're called, breaking from under the bridge. It was really insane.
Did it stop immediately, or did it continue underneath as you were able to see?
It continued because those people were running, and then we kind of stopped, and we knew that we were going to be okay on the bridge. But then we all kind of ran to the north side of the bridge, because we saw the ship go under the bridge and come to the other side, and it came to a stop. And we could see, at that point, we looked down and we could see a whole bunch of people, which was confusing, on the masts. We didn't know what they were doing. You know, that's what we didn't understand too. We didn't know why there were so many people on the mast dangling basically from the masts of the ship.
So scary, Kelly. We're looking at your video that you took on your phone Saturday night. Did they close the bridge down? Were you basically on lockdown there? Like, what happened?
Yeah, they did. What they did is, I noticed that they closed the traffic off first. There was absolutely no traffic. And then about an hour after that, that's when the NYPD came up and told us that we need to get off the bridge, because they have to check it too for structural issues as well.
Right. And so what happened to the people? I know you saw them dangling. Were they tied up in the mast? They couldn't, like, get off those masts? What did you see, Kelly?
It actually looked like it just looked like chaos on the masts as well. I mean, some of them were sitting on the mast, and some of them were dangling in the air. It was confusing, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know who these people were. Now, I know it was the sailors from the ship, and sadly 2 passed away, which we didn't realize till afterwards, which is so sad. But, I knew it was serious. We knew it was really serious, and something was really wrong.
You said that you got a sense that you were safe there on the bridge after a while. How long did they make you stay on the bridge? And then once you left, did people leave the area immediately, or they hang around for a bit?
I think we were allowed actually back on the bridge after about an hour or two as well. And I came back up to do some videos for my social media. So we all left right away, but then as I'm leaving, I was towards the bottom of the bridge hanging out, and then I saw that the police were letting people back on. So, yeah, for a couple hours, there was no cars or no pedestrians on the bridge.
Were you at any point really nervous? Were you scared at all, Kelly?
Yeah, I was, because, I was recording the ship, and then right before it went under the bridge, I stopped recording because, I didn't know what was going to happen. And then instantly I heard the metal on metal, like I mentioned earlier, and I knew it was something really serious, and people were screaming, and then people were running because they were fearful the bridge would fall. It was a tense, scary situation. And then after a few moments, we realized, the ship went underneath the bridge, and the bridge was, okay, we thought.
Wow.
One more question here. You know, I
Yeah.
know that obviously you saw the ship coming towards the bridge, but in this day and age that we live in, was there any concern by you, or you hear people talking, wondering whether or not this was an attack of any sort?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't think about that at all. I personally didn't think of that. I just knew, something had gone seriously wrong right when I started, when I hit the bridge and I heard the sound. That's the sound I won't forget either. The sound was just really crazy. But yeah, so I just knew something was tragically going wrong.
Hey, Kelly, you and I have met before.
Yeah, yeah.
It seems like you have an uncanny thing to be like in the wrong place at the right time, the right place at the wrong time.
I'm starting to get a little. Some of my friends are starting to say I'm getting that reputation that I'm kind of in the wrong time.
And you and I saw, we talked how many years ago, and what was the situation again?
Yeah, I was in 2017. I was in a serious train derailment in Harlem. Yeah.
And you lived to tell the story.
I did, yeah.
Kelly,
I'm happy to talk to you guys again.
yeah, Kelly Kopp, thank you. Be careful.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Boy, it's interesting and harrowing to hear, like, the people that were actually there. You see the video, and from the moment you see some of these videos, it's frightening, it's disturbing, it's sad, but then to hear someone there and he talks about the sound, which you can't really hear on the video, at least not the metallic screeching that he was able to hear being right there on the bridge.
I'm sure it must have been surreal for them as they're watching. It was a beautiful Saturday night, and that ship looked beautiful and magical, and for it to crash into the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yep. All right, we'll have much more on that. They're expected to have a press conference later on today. Meanwhile,